Okay kids, this is gonna be a fun one. I get to play a game I like, but also I get to hate it because the designers were diamond hard dicks about it. I've been playing Shadow Warrior since I was way too young to be playing Shadow Warrior. It's one of those old FPS games where you run fast, hit hard, and if it moves, kill it as fast as possible. Because while your enemies are a little stupid, homing missiles are foolproof. You start your game up right, but I'm awesome, so obviously we're putting this on the highest skill, and in all honesty, I've never even played most of this game on this skill. Usually I go for Who Wants Wang because I'm 12.
Who wants some Wang?
No, but seriously, it's not like in Doom where the monsters respawn every 30 seconds on Nightmare. Coincidentally, I bind the medkit in my inventory to one of my mouse buttons because this game can be a little bit punishing.
Better than acupuncture.
But like all these old games, they can be conquered if you're willing to be a badass ninja, like Lo Wang. That's a thing everyone should want. How badass? Well, in Lo Wang's dojo where you start the game, if you toss a shuriken at the gong behind the door, a secret opens, revealing that Lo Wang keeps a nuclear warhead in there. You know, in case he needs it. Lo Wang, a man with a Chinese name, lives in Japan and works for Arachizilla, and I think he lives in Japan. The first level is called Seppuku Station. Hi, Randy Pitchford! I'm blaming you for all the dickish parts, so I kinda have to talk about the racial humor in this game, where Lo Wang says things with an accent that...
Row your boat gently down to the stream. Whoa, I think my dinghy hanging out.
Most of them don't make me cringe anymore, but that one still gets me. If you're offended by this, turn his speech off, because this game still kicks ass, and I can, with all honesty, say that this dumb 90s shooter had no effect on my views of Asian culture, because anyone who would take any of this seriously needs to reevaluate themselves as people. The developers at no point were trying to make an accurate representation of anything, and were purposefully going over the top in an homage to cheesy martial arts movies they'd seen. Instead of cheesy horror movies they'd seen, cheesy action movies they'd seen, more cheesy horror movies they'd seen. But, you know, you could always make the character young and into comic books, because pandering. Nah, kids, I don't hate those Shadow Warrior reboot games, but that always bugged me. Anyway, let's slice two motherfuckers up with a sword, which is how this game opens.
Zilla sends his regards to Wang. You no mess with Lo Wang.
So Lo Wang worked for Arachizilla, and Zilla wanted to take over the world, so Lo Wang, not really wanting that to happen because it really tanks the market for assassins when everyone's dead, well, he quits, and Zilla sends two weak-ass zombie ninjas to try and kill him. Yeah, not happening. But don't forget the 50 more ninjas, suicide bombers, ghosts, and killer fish. This secret right here with the grenade launcher, what you really want to do is pop off a grenade or two into the window across the room, so you can kill these guys and then go in there to get a second Uzi.
Be proud, Mr. Wu.
I know what you're saying. All you have in this first level as far as weapons go is a sword, your fists, shurikens, a grenade launcher, and two Uzis. That just won't do. So you go to this secret and get the riot gun, a 4-barreled shotgun that... Oh boy, it's just beautiful. And a missile launcher, probably the most important weapon to have. Kiss your ass goodbye without it. Yeah, see, these things, coolies, which, yeah, I know is a racist term for miners from, like, the 1800s or some shit, but they're actually zombies that suicide bomb you, and when they're done, their fucking spirit leaves their body and tries to kill you, unless you turn them into jibs first. I've played this a few times, and I know that there's kind of an end-level boss here, a mini-boss, the deadliest enemy in the game, the Shadow Ninja. See, your brown pants ninjas are barely a threat. Your red pants ninjas fire rockets at you, gray pants will shoot grenades, orange will shoot homing missiles, and you don't think you can get worse than homing missiles until... This motherfucker one-hits you no matter what. Oh, he's got fire bombs, he's got flash bombs, he's got whatever the fuck this is. And while the flash bombs don't kill you, they'll blind you and you might as well load your save there because you're already dead. They are the worst, and I know one's coming up in this subway, so let's nuke the bastard.
Stand by. 3, 2, 1. All systems ready. Warning.
Just like Hiroshima.
Okay, that is in pretty bad taste. Oh, god damn it! Oh, you Randy, you motherfucker! You get stuck between a mounted machine gun that takes at least 3 rockets to break, but then the game spawns a shadow ninja behind you, and unless you know he's gonna be there, and I'm out of explosive weapons from having to take down all these guys, and I'm not actually tough enough to melee them because that would be instant death. You know what? I feel like my honor's at stake. I have auto-aim on, and it wouldn't feel right to keep it on. A ninja doesn't use auto-aim, even if the game was designed for it. It's fun because the way death works in this game, you press any key to restart the level, and I die so quickly and unexpectedly sometimes that I don't even see it. Zilla Construction lets you know you're in for a bad time. There's ninjas everywhere, there's red ninjas shooting missiles, there's coolies everywhere, there's shadow ninjas, just so many shadow ninjas. There's fights in this game that require a certain level of precision, you know, some finesse.
I like nuclear weapons.
That works too. You need to be behind a wall or something. You won't survive a nuke blast if you stick around to see it. You just won't. You get to meet the Rippers here too. They're terrible. They make ugly noises when I shoot them and they take a lot of punishment. But hatred of them drives me to test myself by beating them into chunks of different creatures.
I must seek out Master Leap's advice.
Lo Wang's master, Master Leap, lives here, and Lo Wang needs to talk to him about plot stuff, but first we have to massacre like 100 ninjas, including our old pal Shadow Ninja in like the third room, the fucker. There's a secret in the ceiling here where you find this chick pooping, and I'd like to point out here what happens when Lo Wang tries to proposition a woman in this game.
Hey, baby, pull my finger.
You jerk.
Yeah, put away your outrage, because I don't think this game is rewarding that kind of behavior. Anyway, because this is a build engine game, we need to explode fucking everything all the time. And I tell you, there's nothing quite like exploding everything in the build engine. I don't know what it is exactly, but the way the walls blow out, the way the screen shakes, the way the sound of the explosions rumbles everywhere, they're so satisfying across the board in these games. Shadow Warrior's no slouch. I mean, you probably blow up half this level. Nope.
Stand by. Warning.
Just like Nagasaki.
So I jump off a cliff after this rabbit because you land in water so I don't take damage. Because it's a secret. It's a fun one too, I really like it. You find Jackie Chan's coffin.
Ancient Chinese secret. Welcome to real life, Mr. Chen.
I got no problem with Jackie Chan, man. It's just, don't even get me started on the fucking fortune cookies. But aside from that part, you have to jump around this volcanic mountain and... oh, the bees. Oh, I hate the bees.
What is that? What is that?
Katie, don't you dare! Don't you dare, I swear to God. Stop. If I had auto-aim on, they'd be less of a problem, but fuck it, let's punch them out of the air.
It is good day to die.
I don't know exactly what I'm gonna find around this corner, you know, besides a cluster of ninjas, but I'd like to be safe.
3, 2, 1. All systems ready.
Oh look, 2 shadow ninjas. How about no?
Like Chinese New Year fireworks. Master Leap, what have they done? Your training is complete, Lo Wang. Avenge my death.
So here's what we know about Master Leap in this game. It was the 90s, kids. We're still a year out from Half-Life, so we barely have a story. Be thankful for what you have, because the designers were more focused on making a game people enjoyed playing. Fuck! More Rippers, and I'm sick of wasting ammo on them, so let's just deal with this the old-fashioned way, like my ancestors did, punching them into jibs. You gotta understand, when you play this game right, you feel like a badass ninja. Nope, cannot punch! Dark Woods of the Serpent, which you may remember a little bit from that time I was playing it in the Aliens Colonial Marines video, but here? Oh, this one's a bloodbath. There's only 1 million ninjas in this dojo that's located down a fire-trapped ramp underneath a volcanic mountain.
Avenge my death.
Man, I don't even know you, but I'm gonna avenge the shit out of you. Ah, the Dark Woods of the Serpent. Get your explosives ready, and then get your quick save button ready. Turning auto-aim off was a mistake. The woods themselves are full of rippers and bees and coolies, and I don't have a nuke at the moment, so I'm just gonna shoot grenades down there. I'm still a little shocked by the number of monsters. Now we're getting brutal. Once you made your way into the village, you better be a master ninja by this point or just uninstall the game because you ain't going any further.
shit. It's all in the reflexes.
You need to find a repair kit in this level so you can fix this tank, which is something Wang knows how to do.
Warrior, monthly power.
As soon as you do, get ready to experience the clunkiness of some of the first, if not the first, vehicle combat in a first-person shooter. It's weird. I mean, you kind of have tank controls because, well, it's a tank, but word got out that the unstoppable badass Shogun assassin got a tank, and everybody wants a piece. See this little hut? You can't see the ninjas in there. They have rocket launchers, but I know they're in there because something in there is bleeding. Now we get into, okay, this area is called Ripper Valley. There's a very good reason for that. So here's my strategy.
Stand by. 3, 2, 1. All systems ready.
It is good day to die.
Warning.
Oh, hey, you make mistake there.
Warning.
Because launching a small nuclear device and barely missing the blast zone, this is why I love games like this. Because any shooter nowadays can have you sit at a gun and mow down 10,000 Nazis or brown people or commies or whatever, but you're never gonna play Call of Duty and say, oh yeah, I nuked a whole valley full of evil ninjas and demonic gorillas, and then came back, saw that some stuff wasn't dead, jumped around them, picked up another nuke, and make the fuckers regret not laying down for the last nuclear strike.
Dying at times here.
Now comes the magic carpet ride. Oh, fuck me fucking sideways, which incidentally is what this section does. Look at all these ninjas. This has got to be like twice as many ninjas as they have on the hard mode. Here's another death that happened so fast that my ninja reflexes put me right into the start of the level. I think it was the explodey zombie, but it could have been the 5 ninjas shooting me. Look, there's 4 giant mama rippers down there. I'm used to 2, that's okay. All my grenades are gone. I'm down to 1 giant ripper, so you know what? I must preserve my honor. Boss time, kids. We're done with the shareware episode, which is only 4 levels, but don't let that fool ya. This snake can be deadly. But Master Ninja that I am, I survived this fight just fine. He runs away when he realizes that I'm not here to breach a door and neutralize the enemy comm systems. I'm here to throw down.
Oh, like I scared of a little snake.
Luck is with you, Wang. We'll meet again.
Hey, come back here and finish fight, ogre skelly snake shitface.
And that's the first episode, kids. And if that looked hard, it's nothing compared to the full game. If you guys want to play this, the DOS version is free on Steam, so...
Ordering game is only way to keep honor. I like sword. That's awesome. You have a man you used to be.
Okay, kids, new rule. You're all forbidden from making dick jokes in the comments. Nah, I'm just kidding. Bang him out with your wang out. This channel is precariously teetering on the edge of being a postal channel, so let's fix that right now.
No pain, no gain. Haha. Low Wang comfort, you little snake coward.
Where we left off, Wang had murdered hundreds of ninjas and had just scared away a giant snake creature.
Luck is with you, Wang. We'll meet again.
Hey, come back here and finish fight, ogre skelly snake shitface.
In the first level, you're just...
Roll your boat gently down to the
Move past
stream.
that, move
Oh, I
past
think
that.
my dinghy hanging out. Oh.
This part sucks. It's not a good way to start off an episode. You're stuck on this boat until it hits this whirlpool, getting shot by every hit scanner in the area until the game decides you can leave. But you don't want to go this way here. This hole that opened up, because it's a secret, and if you want to beat this, it's not optional. You're back to square one in terms of weapons, so you need missiles and grenades. In fact, explosives are priority one. You get all the new weapons in this episode, but you need those explosives because this game is done treating you like a baby. You better be able to snatch the pebble, kids, because we ventured into the more sadistic parts of this game, where those shadow ninjas from before come two at a time, and, well, you'll see. The bees are bad enough. You see this mounted gun? Well, you see that blocky thing from 1997 that's supposed to represent a mounted gun? Get on that shit because there's a dozen ninjas waiting for you. In this level, you get the railgun, or at least you should. It's in a secret behind this waterfall.
Time to get erased.
It's not the best. It handles weird. You have to shoot a little to the left of the crosshair. The railgun is actually useful for coolie ghosts. It's one hit. Everything else usually takes 2 or 3. I wish it was like the Quake 2 railgun. The Quake 2 railgun is perfect. It's not as powerful as, say, a rocket to the face. At the end of the level, you catch up to the giant snake boss and you get to kill him for real. And since this is the hardest difficulty, he's got a couple of mama rippers with him. So we soften them up with a nuke.
That's what you get for making Wang chase you.
It'll usually take one of them down, but once they've felt a little nuclear holocaust, they're more receptive to death going forward. I use the grenade launcher a lot, and I'll tell you why. A grenade hit isn't as damaging as a rocket, but the splash damage is ridiculous. So even if you miss the target, you're still gonna hurt them. And you, probably. But just a little. It's called no pain, no gain for a reason. I didn't talk about these red skulls before. They're called accursed heads. In this case, they float all around the serpent god. That's what he's called in the manual. And it says that he launches them at you at different times. They're his worst attack, and they can easily kill you. They're somewhat related to the red skull head mines and traps, but we'll get to those, don't worry. Turns out most of the levels from here on out have 100+ monsters in them. 118 in the first one, and I missed some. I actually skipped most of the killer fish because it's a waste of ammo. If you move fast enough, they're a non-issue. Next level is Killing Fields, and we're back to starting with a face full of ninja before you even have a chance to save. You get introduced to the baby rippers here. So they can deal a lot of damage, and they hang on walls and ceilings, but for the most part, you can deal with them really quickly. I want to talk about a dumb thing people say on the internet, a stupid thing cooked up from the brains of sad and terrible people who will all die alone, which is that old school shooters like Shadow Warrior require you to memorize enemy placement to play well. That's bullshit. I don't remember where the 100 monsters are on this map. It's not about that. It's about walking into every room expecting it to be full of monsters because this isn't Dear Esther. Your life is between 0 and 2 seconds from ending at any given time when you walk into a room in Shadow Warrior. So here's a strategy I've developed that you're going to see a lot of, which is shooting grenades into the next area because you can hear the monsters. And really, it's good to be sure. You don't have infinite nukes, so we save them for special occasions.
It is good day to bombs away!
The number of monsters is a little ridiculous now, but god damn it, it should be. The monsters aren't very smart, it's 1997 for Christ's sake, but they're tenacious, and they'll come after you even if they might overshoot it a little. So aside from enemies, you have traps, and not like, oh no, the ceiling's gonna fall and crush me kind of traps. I mean instant death traps. It would be nice to memorize the placement of these, but they make this sound. But oh boy, I had fun with this one in Killing Fields. See, I accidentally jumped over this wall and set it off and was back at the level start with jack shit before I even knew something had gone wrong. You shouldn't even stand on top of this wall. You need to detect the trap and use it against your enemies like so. See that? That's 8 fucking grenades. They're just like yours with absurd splash damage and range, but we just ninja strafe jumped over this wall, set it off, and made the rippers deal with the fallout. And I sent one extra grenade in, you know, just in case. Problem solved. That key exits the level, and if you were trigger happy enough earlier, you already cleared this room out. Now on to Harikari Harbor, and it ain't called that for nothing. This one's a bitch. Here's the best demonstration of how in old FPS games you had to switch weapons constantly if you wanted to win and not get wrecked every 5 seconds.
You look like a stupid. It is natural to die.
You aren't 30 seconds in before you get to dickish Shadow Ninja placement. I'm just like, what are all these explosions I'm hearing? They're the Shadow Ninja on the far side of the map that's launching his magical fuck you one-hit attack. Now, you could go over there and get close to him to kill him. However...
It is natural to die. Holy shit!
There's a grenade launching ninja you might ignore because of that Shadow Ninja. Because he can't shoot a grenade this far, right? So let me toss a sticky bomb at these explosive barrels. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, right, there's a guy over there shooting heat-seeking missiles at you. Hey, thanks, Randy. This isn't even Randy's map, I'm just fucking with you. So kill him too. Just kill everything, always, everywhere. You'll do fine. More and more you'll see these green bastards, Guardians. They shoot deadly fire from their face and take 2 rockets, but they drop a weapon, the Guardian head, and while it doesn't let you do that fire eye attack, it does do this one that the Shadow Ninja has, which is way better.
Are you ready to move?
It can also place a protective fire shield around you. I find it slightly less practical than the explosive weapons, but I do use the primary fire because it burns enemies. Good stuff. You also want to look out for these female ninjas. They shoot arrows and toss sticky bombs. They don't have a lot of health, but they will screw you over if they toss enough of these bombs. Sticky bombs can act like proximity mines, and you will need to shoot them before getting anywhere near them. So here's where I show you why I don't do live voiceovers, because just look at this shit. You try talking while playing this. Once you get the key in this level, the whole place fills with monsters again, so overkill seems like the best solution, but let's get everybody on their marks first. Step right up, folks, you're about to see fireworks like you've never seen before. They're gonna blow you away, they're gonna knock you dead, they're gonna atomize your entire body in radioactive hellfire.
Warning.
Everybody dead. I like that.
They're still not all dead. There's not much to talk about in the next level, it's mostly explosions, just gratuitous grenade usage.
Oh, you little tiny dick.
I mean, the exit room has 5 ninjas in it, all of them with heat seekers.
You look like a stupid.
Next, you've got Raider of the Lost Wang. That's what it's called. It's another ancient temple map so stuffed to the brim with deadly monsters, it's a wonder anyone does this by choice. Who put this Shadow Ninja in this little corner where you're never gonna see him while you're entering this cave? Randy? Did you do that, Randy? Because if you moved him up a little, he'd be able to register you as a target, and then you wouldn't be able to kill him so easily. Just think. You could change one tiny, minute little error, probably just one little thing, and it would work as intended. Oh shit, this map wasn't Randy Pitchford. Still though, now that we've thrown enemy balance out the window, here's 2 mini serpents to brighten your day. No cursed heads this time, but 2 at once, plus the assholes upstairs shooting at you. That's not fun.
I like that.
Neat little underwater section here, and no. That room's a little too hot right now. You know what would help? So here's the exit. You're thinking, Civvie, aren't you going to do the secret level? And what is this show called? Of course we're doing the secret level. Shanghai Shipwreck, surprisingly close to Harikari Harbor, despite the, yeah, never mind. It's not really an interesting secret level, you know, unless you count this awesome 2.5D volcano. Oh, look at that. They're still throwing gobsmacking numbers of high-level monsters at you, so...
Revenge is dish best served raw.
Fucking raw.
The exit to this level is a trap. Only one of these exits. It's this one. I already know it's this one. I've been playing this game for 20 years. It's this one. The others release Guardians, and I'd show you footage of that, but the point of this is to not fuck up. Last level of this section, Sumo Sky Palace, where we welcome Randy Pitchford back, in whatever capacity, for the worst level in the game. I fucking hate it. You got dumb switch puzzles that waste your time. You got ugly, nasty, mean-spirited traps, like this one here, where you walk off a ladder and hey, there you go. Good shit, right? Crushing walls, revolving doors of death, tight spaces not suited for exploding everything, and the lead up to the boss is some extra strength bullshit. You have to jump over these platforms to get over here, and regardless of whether you fall too far or not, you take damage. You take damage on the platforms that aren't actually in the lava. I mean, that's scientifically accurate, but what fucking game is this? Then there's this room. You'd better know that you have to go up to these little holes and press the use key to close a tiny door over them, or else you hit this switch, which is necessary to progress. It fires 2 rockets at you and you're dead. And if you're not dead, you're still taking damage all the way to the portal you just opened that takes you to the boss.
Hey, you look like you need ass kicked.
He sets you on fire. He launches explosive heads at you. He stomps the ground. Nuke his ass first. Not that it does a ton of damage, but because he fucking deserves it. Guardian Head is good, but on this scale, bosses have an outrageous amount of health and usually can't kill you as fast as a Shadow Ninja. Once you beat him, he farts toxic gas. Once that's over, Lo Wang indulges in a little cannibalism.
Lo Wang kinda hungry now.
No, I'm not kidding, he eats him.
Tastes like a chicken.
Gross. That's it for this episode. Next time it gets worse. Oh boy. It's time. Time we finish this little series up. I know. Civvie's no pro. He didn't use the smoke bombs. And you know what? You're right. I underestimated them. I thought they just gave you partial invisibility. They couldn't be that effective. Look at what the manual says. Smoke bomb. Renders you partially invisible for a few seconds. During this time, you can dispatch monsters more easily. I mean, how fucking vague is that? First of all, when I finally tried it out for this video, partially invisible is a bit of an understatement. A few seconds, also bullshit, because it lasts about 25 seconds. And it's not that the enemies can't see you, it's that they just amble around in pant-shitting terror. And I kill a Shadow Ninja with a door. I feel like I'm cheating, but I'm still gonna use these occasionally because it feels like the game is cheating too. Episode 3, or the second part of Episode 2, takes the action out of those dusty old temples and right back into the city. The first level is Bathhouse. Your biggest problem going forward isn't gonna be ammo shortages, it's gonna be confined spaces where you need to use explosives. I don't get to nuke nearly as much as I'd like to. As in, I'd really like to nuke this roof area, but I don't have a nuke, and I won't get one till I repair this vehicle here so I can use it to jump up and get this nuke. And the repair kit is on the roof, so grenades. Lots of grenades. This roof area is kicking my ass so hard it keeps crashing the game.
You have a new friend.
2 Shadow Ninjas, because they always come in pairs now. 2 Guardians, a couple female ninjas, that's what they're called, I know. Calling ladies females is fucking weird. And a couple ninjas hiding in a pool behind a gate where I can barely see them, but they can hit scan you a few times before you even notice them. And you can't shoot explosives through that gate. A nuke would be ideal, but I just used the last one I had on the sumo, and don't tell me about a secret one somewhere. I'm just gonna head down to the street and shoot grenades up there until I'm satisfied everything is dead, including this girl here who honestly shouldn't be hanging around with all these monsters. Did you guys not see that Shadow Ninja because he's up against that black sky? Yeah. Then you can repair a vehicle and blast through this door here to get to the exit, which takes you to Unfriendly Skies, the airport level. Fuck this level. Fuck this level. I've never played it on the hardest skill, and now I understand what a terrible choice that was. That's one of those beeping grenade traps.
Stop. Enhance It's 224 to 176. Move in. Stop. Enhance. Stop.
Yup, that's bullshit. This is the second room of this level. If you listen closely, you can hear even more of them waiting for you, like right outside this elevator. I had to go frame by frame to see where that grenade trap actually was. What sick fuck would think to do that? Oh, it's Jim Norwood, guys. It was Jim Norwood. So Civvie's pro Wang advice is to press that little elevator switch again, get on top of the elevator, and go directly to the secret level. We're still maining explosive weapons. I'm flush with grenade ammo. I'm getting nukes left and right with nowhere to really use them. Until now. 2 sumos, line them up and nuke them.
All systems ready.
It is good day tonight.
Go back, pick up another nuke from this secret. You'll need it.
Warning.
Next level's a bloodbath. Crude oil. Get ready for giant explosions of million ninjas. You're supposed to use this vehicle with a mounted gun, but no, don't do that. The vehicles move and turn much slower than you do. Maybe if I had auto-aim on, I'd use these things, but nah. You got ninjas jumping from behind fake walls, you got 2 mama rippers over here, and I've got 4 dozen grenades.
No honor.
A shadow ninja fails to kill me in 2 hits and commits seppuku. I've got 12 health, so he almost made it. I'm just too good. If you're looking for some kind of master of stealth assassinations, Lo Wang ain't the ninja for you, cause we're blowing almost everything up now. You really don't have a choice. You're locked in tight spaces, usually with high-level ninjas, and you need to have a reckless disregard for your own splash damage. And what the hell, blow up all the oil refining equipment too. You have to do it to exit the level, but there's one part before where you can do it just for shits and giggles. The next level is coolie mines. They're named that despite the fact that they're not full of coolies, they're full of rippers. This is a much better demonstration of how the smoke bomb works. They can't see you and you can super punch them to death. I realize I don't use the Guardian head as much as I should. Doesn't help me so much at the end of coolie mines when you jump in a fan and get ambushed by 2 serpents at once. I can deal with that fine, but you kids might have problems. Next level Subpen 7 is just awesome. Everything explodes. I don't have much to talk about in the next couple of levels. They're at the same pitch of non-stop explosive murder. Lo Wang gets captured and put into a cell, despite the fact that he loses none of his weapons, including a full inventory of grenades.
No cell can hold this one.
You just slide that little grate over and escape, but as soon as you reach the end of this level, get ready, because the game is done letting you get by on skill. Sure, spawning a ton of coolie ghosts right before you get to the exit is fine. Putting 2 serpents at the end is par for the course by now. 2 of them, one after the other, in tiny rooms. Guess I have to nuke them. I could walk past them and just hit the exit. Hell, in coolie mines, I could have just walked past them and went straight for the exit too. But that would be fucking mortifying. Absolutely dishonorable. Everybody knows the right way to fight is with a tactical nuclear strike. Not that the Japanese will ever admit it. Okay, you know what? I feel kind of bad about that one. I'm gonna think of another joke. We can just cut that. Now we're at Floating Fortress, which is the most dickish level start in the game. If you're one of those purist types who starts the level with your sword and shurikens, if you do that in this level, I mean, you can survive, but I don't want to find out how. You'll find a handy secret if you ride this gate, but don't ride the gunboat it gives you. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Go into that secret, grab a warhead, and immediately nuke the deck of the battleship.
All systems ready. Warning.
I already had a nuke in my inventory, so I'll go back for that one later. Shoot another grenade up here to make sure nothing's gonna surprise you. Jump on the ship, hear that old teleporter sound.
I stick a firecracker your ass.
And there's a little window over there you can shoot through, and you can hear the coolies inside of it.
Dying times here.
You got so many grenades it doesn't even matter. Now you have to swim under the ship and enter through the bottom, and you think, man, there must be a lot of fish under there. I fucking wish. It's coolie ghosts. And once you're inside the ship, you're still in for nothing but pain. You have to blow some stuff up, of course. Man, fun stuff used to happen before real 3D engines. I don't know what I'm overloading here, but it seems important. Doesn't sink the ship, though. There's one spot in this whole room where you're safe from the explosions. It's right here.
Warning. Warning. Warning.
You need to get the red key, and it's guarded by a serpent and way too many explosive-wielding ninjas. Just way too many to be reasonable. I blast him, toss a gas bomb to soften the serpent up, kill him, and go into the warehouse. In there, well, I use a smoke bomb and I start punching away. There's only 2 shadow ninjas and 3 grenade ninjas. Unless you jump into that forklift, you need to move to get the repair kit, and once you get anywhere near that, yeah.
Call me Mr. Fix-It.
Now, I don't nuke the first wave, but the second, yeah, fuck them.
Stand by. 3, 2, 1. All systems ready. Warning.
Now, normally behind this door in these crates would be all those coolies we already blew up right here, and you'd use that nice railgun turret to deal with them. But we just have to walk in there, deal with some rippers, and oh, fuck!
This is for real.
We're maybe halfway through this level. There's a bunch more enemies on the deck of the ship now, and I still have a million grenades, probably because grenade ninjas dropped them, and I swear they outnumber the regular ninjas at this point in the game. Basically, by this point, every battle you enter into is going to involve something that can one-hit you. The ship's bridge has controls for this cool flak gun here, which is useless to me since I've already had to kill everything out there to safely get onto the ship. But if you turn it, you can run across that crispy little voxel barrel to get into this vent and grab a fortune cookie. Now, I'm not finding every secret, but I think I'm finding just enough to survive the dicking that's coming up.
Better than acupuncture.
Just bounce grenades into every room, you've got enough of them. There's a secret here with Sailor Moon, who I think is the only girl in this game that doesn't shoot you. She's in Davy Jones's locker. You get it? Davy Jones.
Hey, baby, you in bed? Is there room for 2?
Here, this will help you on your mission.
Awesome.
You good looking sailor, babe.
Here, this will help you on your mission.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Peaches, how about you moon me?
Well, you're kind of cute, I guess.
Wait, how old is Sailor Moon? At the start of the series, she's 14 years old, and she is in her second year of middle school. Near the end of the series, she is 16 years old. What fucking weebery is this? Here's some fun. Going down to the engine room, having to kill a half-dozen sticky bomb tossing ninjas in a confined area, and before I'm even down this hall, several terrible things happen. One, this door closes before I can get a grenade through, and it's forcing me to run back where a bunch of rippers just spawned. Yeah, you know, before going through that teleporter to open an underwater passage that if you're quick, won't start drowning you. But only just barely. And now it's time for water torture, the most episode 3 level of episode 3. Cramped, full of high-level monsters, traps. I can't even skip all the killer koi here, kids, because there's too many of them. Grenades, grenades, grenades. If you're not sure what's up ahead, shoot a grenade. If you think there's something down in that submarine, there is. Shoot a grenade. And when your grenade strategy fails, which it will soon because of this room full of coolies and this room of guardians, use a railgun in the guardian head. I actually found the night vision useful for once in this game. But you also have to be careful, like in this room. Don't flood it too early, but once you do, grab the key and get your ass out. Or use the best example of the vehicle mechanics in this game, the vacuum cleaner. You can jump on top of it and get into this vent here. Cool, right? And once you blow up this wall over here, everything floods, and you want to take a trip back to the outside area at the start, because the game spawned a bunch of ninjas there, and you don't want to have to deal with them later. There's a fun little bug that allows you to melee through enemies from outside. Just don't do it to the coolies. This level's a true test to all your Shadow Warrior skills. There's even a decent place for a nuke, being this goddamn hell room full of rippers. The game bugged out on me and sent this mama ripper back down the elevator, but I'll take it. And once you're ready to exit this absolutely hellish underwater nightmare that makes Rapture look like a quaint libertarian theme park, there's 2 serpents outside guarding the exit. But now it's on to the final level where your ninja skills will be tested for the last time.
Zilla is here, Wang. Remember what I taught you. The Force will be with you, always.
Yeah, you're gonna need the fucking Force. Impressive as it is to have a level around an active volcano in 1997 on a 2.5D engine, this one's surrounded by guardians, coolies, and homing missile ninjas. And you have to fight the first 2 bosses again. The sumo is easy enough, probably why he's up first, and there's plenty of health in this secret behind the wall. I don't even get below 100 health by the end of it. The serpent is much worse, with his floating skull bombs. I saved a nuke for him. And once you're ascending the volcano, you got those homing missile ninjas, those guardians, and nearly imperceptible grenade traps. Once that's over, you jump into an active volcano, sure. Bunch of guardians and coolies, yeah. But then there's just one more little Easter egg I have to show you, and oh dear God, why? Of course there's a grenade trap there, of course there is. Anyway, there's this little secret with a nuke in it, which, to be honest, is useless for Zilla. If I didn't include this Easter egg, I'd get comments about it, so this huge exploding cavern full of goodies and killer rabbits. No. No. Not specifically killer rabbits from something else, just killer rabbits. You can turn that shit off. Anyway, there's a horde of killer rabbits and the corpses of the Ninja Turtles. There were 4 here, but 2 of them got blown up when I was dealing with the rabbits. It happens. A+ Easter egg. Very nice. Now it's time for the final battle. Wang versus Zilla. Well, Zilla in a giant mecha that shoots like a half-dozen homing missiles at a time. That warhead you got earlier was a joke, because using the nuke on Zilla is practically suicide. You could theoretically do it, as long as you take a ton of damage from the nuke, and Zilla takes not enough to make it worth the trouble. So forget the nuke. You won't be able to beat the final boss with your strongest weapon. You don't get any cover in this arena. You're constantly trying to stay level on this ramp that's shifting up and down, and you can't actually get into those little alcoves with the items in them. And at first, I was going to do this the way I always do. Guardian head, missiles, maybe a little railgun, since he's a big target. But I wanted to do something special. I wanted to walk the path of a true ninja, and I honestly thought this would be suicide, hitting the smoke bomb and meleeing the final boss of a game as unforgiving as Shadow Warrior. Not so, grasshoppers.
I am the Shadow Warrior.
This works. Well, he blows up when you deplete his health, so stand back a ways and maybe use the Uzis, but for most of the fight, you can keep this guy from shooting homing missiles at you, because at that range, they would damage him too. He tries to hit scan you, but because you're at a funny angle because of the arena, most of the time he won't hit you. Now, for these videos, I've been using Shadow Warrior Classic Redux. Maybe it had something to do with that. So I went and did it in the DOS version. I kung fu Zilla nearly to death right in his mecha balls. Nobody questioned my honor again. Pebble snatched. Game conquered.
Hey, what happened? Hey, what the hell? Damn you, Lo Wang. I will rebuild and come for you again.
You are weak as a baby fart. Go live in fear.
Who wants some Wang? Ah, yes. I see you ready for action. I like that. Learn well, my son. It is natural to die. Mass destruction is my thing. Banzai!
You might notice the set is all decorated with extra spooky stuff. You got your spiders, your ghosts, your jack-o'-lantern, your shikari. That's because it's October, and the next couple of videos are going to be on horror stuff, you know? Who doesn't love Halloween and seasonal gimmicks? We all do. So stay tuned for those because they're going to be weird and janky. Like weird and janky even for this show. It's going to be fun.
Eh? I'm talking to you. I am everybody's worst nightmare. Now, let's fight. Pathetic. You're not too smart.
Oh my god, it's been over a year. Over a year since I've done a Pro Wang episode. I feel my honor fading. And it's gone. To be honest, it was gone when I said that Lo Wang's voice actor John Galt was dead in the very first episode. He's not, and I don't even remember where I read that, so... I did Pro Wang 3 way back when because I wanted to move on to Blood. Everybody wanted to see Blood, and I left it unfinished, and for that, I'm sorry. But let's be real here, we're not dealing with official releases this time. Okay, so we're covering 2 expansions for Shadow Warrior. The first, Twin Dragon, was made by Wild Productions and Level Infinity, and was actually a free release in 1998. The second, Wanton Destruction, was created by our old friends at Sunstorm Interactive, but never released, until Anthony Campini, the former president of Sunstorm, found a copy of it lying around, and 4 days later it was up for download. These 2 expansions were included with the release of Shadow Warrior Classic Redux, because Devolver is cool like that. Let's get our honor back, starting with Twin Dragon. The title actually relates to the story, because there's a story. Lo Wang had a twin brother named Hung Lo. Separated at birth, Hung Lo became evil, or I guess more evil than Lo Wang, and Hung Lo summoned evil minions to do his bidding and take over the world or something, so we gotta go deal with him. You start off at Lo Wang's house, which is pretty awesome. No, not this area here, this is a village or something. Don't forget, it's not Duke 3D or Blood, so we're gonna be playing on the hardest skill. No pain, no gain. Lo Wang keeps a spare house key under the foundation, which is of course infested with bees. I'd use the spray, but I guess we can punch them. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Oh, I missed it, kids. Lo Wang is a sweet house. Too bad I'm completely destroying it.
Warning.
I used to play Shadow Warrior with the crosshair on until Civvie's knowledgeable sources told me that it's off-center and doesn't actually point to where the shots go. Oh yeah, awesome! That's not a Redux thing either, that's in the source code. You get a nice car that you can drive. In the garage. It's got missile launchers on it, you can't even take it out. You blow a hole in your own wall and take somebody else's car to City of Despair. That's an accurate title, you know why?
See my stick ship? In the foster gear!
Remember the mines? They're back. See, what I didn't know when I was doing the old Pro Wangs is that in software mode, you can see those fine. But in Redux's OpenGL mode, they don't show up properly, so instead of being on the ground, they're under the ground because of the way it renders voxels. It's okay. I'll fix that. Gotta get yourself some of this here, this old voxel editor, and you just adjust the pivots and you raise that like 64 pixels, re-import into the game's group file, and bam! It'll show up wrong in software mode, but fuck it. How's that for Kung Fu fighting, you chicken shit? These mines are all over the City of Despair, everywhere, beeping away. That's your biggest problem besides these shadow ninjas. It's fine, it's Shadow Warrior, and like a true ninja, we main explosive weapons. Fucking shadow ninjas. I don't know if this is harder than vanilla Shadow Warrior. After Blood, I'm kinda numb to the difficulty of other build games. This is mostly a good level, a lot of stuff blowing up, jumping from building to building. The mines can still fuck off, they're everywhere, even on a lower skill. I don't know how I survived this Shadow Ninja. Did I slice his one-hit kill projectile in the Blind Ninja Rage? The world may never know. How else do you end a level but...
All systems ready. Warning.
Emergency room. Sure, I haven't blown up a hospital yet. It's no the sick ward, but I'll take it. Nothing special. I wish people knew how to align keyboard textures. That really, really messes with me. These are community-made maps, you can tell, because they stamp their logo in places. What's that? Wow, Planet Quake? That is a real blast from the past. Who remembers GameSpy? And so you think that these maps would be more difficult than the main game, and in some places they are. Like they save the big stuff for the end of maps. 3 sumos up there, whatever will I do?
Warning.
Hide and seek. This looks cool, like an office building or something, but... Oh, you think you're being sneaky turning this into a sewer level.
Snatch people from hen.
And this one's pretty painful. The baby rippers aren't usually a problem because they're weak, you know, unless there's endless hordes of them in shit-filled hallways. This level sucks. It changes the light to get that green shitty water and it messes up my nice blue railgun, so no, get out of here, sewer level. Let's end it right, though.
Warning.
Warehouse madness. The only madness here is the level designer exploiting the ninja's ability to duck behind cover, and that, oh, that can fuck right off.
Revenge is dish best served raw.
Man, I really like the grenade launcher in this game.
You no mess with Lo Wang.
There's not a whole lot to say about most of these levels. They're not bad, they're just more of the same. Shooting monsters, some real-world interactive touches, another level in a train station, breaking into a bank vault to get a key. It's all fine, especially for a free user-made map pack from 1998. I can see why they included it in this release until you get to the fishing village. I've noticed a tendency to put way too many of these killer koi in the underwater areas in Twin Dragon, like, no, stop, is that fish dodging my missiles? Hell yeah, take a boat, struggle with the weird keyboard aim that's forced onto the vehicles in this game. It's easier to just get out and deal with them. You got traps going off everywhere still. I like this level, even if it uses switch textures as stove burners, and that's not cool. One of the things that happens with monsters in Shadow Warrior, especially the coolies and the rippers, is that they get faster when their health gets lower. I got me a rare sighting of a lightspeed ripper. Oh god, these arrows.
Cowabunga.
This is not us away.
Soon enough, you're climbing through the treetops. Oh, no, you don't.
Everybody did. I like that. Oh.
Ah, secret garden. How nice. How peaceful.
You look like a stupid. It's a good day to die. Sayonara, scumbag.
Warning.
Look at those bunnies. They're fucking in front of an atomic blast and they're fine. Fuck, yes, awesome. Now we're getting hard. A snake mini-boss, 2 sumos, we're knocking right on Hung Lo's door. He has his own palace. I guess being a corporate shogun doesn't pay as well as whatever Hung Lo does. This here's actually the penultimate level of Twin Dragon, so we're pulling out all the stops. Not cool. You get locked in an office with a sumo when you can't use explosives. The Guardian head works just fine. Close quarters force you to use your explosives a lot less. You got Big Mama Rippers spawning underground when you get the exit key, 2 sumos at the end, and I don't even have any nukes left. That's terrible. If you don't want to bother, you can skip like half this level by going to the secret exit.
Ancient Chinese secret.
Which takes you to a prison camp, a fun little romp that... Wait, why the fuck does Hung Lo have a prison camp? You know, for someone with such a funny name, he seems like kind of a dick. Alright, yeah, I deserve that. Huh, a secret nuke. I did pick one up, and it would be a shame to waste it. Finally, Hung Lo's palace, where he spends his time, you know, hanging around admiring priceless artifacts, inconveniently placing shadow ninjas that kill me, and I realize I haven't saved since midway through the last level, and I gotta do all that shit again? Shit!
All systems ready. Warning.
Motherfucker! Don't fire nukes in the house. You have to go through Hung Lo's little living area here and find 4 switches to open. Damn, man, just because I got the looks and you got the gigantism. I think he may have anticipated this move. Guess what, bitch? I brought a twin brother, too.
2 Wangs are better than 1.
He dies, and the cutscene shows...
All systems ready.
You are weak as a baby fart.
Ah, Sunstorm, masters of the Build Engine expansion packs, responsible for Duke It Out in DC, Duke Caribbean, Cryptic Passage, and this, the Shelved Wanton Destruction. Lo Wang heads to the US to visit relatives until...
Lady, somebody beat you with the ugly stick.
Surprise! It's you know who.
Yeah, you remember her from that one level of Shadow Warrior? I guess she's a main antagonist now.
Lady, somebody beat you with the ugly stick.
Give me a little kiss, Lo Wang.
I don't know if these sprites are a high enough resolution to tell if this woman's as ugly as Lo Wang claims, but when every other girl in the game literally shoots you down, man, and also Zilla's trying to kill you again, although his ninjas are slightly different. Wanton Destruction isn't bad, but the new ninja voices are.
Down here. Down here.
Some of the enemies have been reskinned. The ninjas look like this and the Guardians look like this. They function identically. And this one starts with an assault of too many fucking bees too, and a section in a sewer. I think this one's a bit tougher than Twin Dragon, and a bit tougher than Vanilla Shadow Warrior too. Like that makes a difference. We're gonna start things off right.
I like nuclear weapons.
2 nukes in the first map. It's a good way to kick things off. The sewer leads to a monastery for some reason. Whatever, that's cool. It flows. This is San Francisco Chinatown, so this totally makes sense. We're using Big Trouble in Little China logic. The sky here, this is what it looks like under San Francisco. Just go with it. I like the levels in Wanton Destruction more than Twin Dragon, especially this one. It's got a good feel to it, some interesting traps. I don't know what just happened, but that was cool as hell. The secrets are more interesting too. The secret exit's only in the second map. You gotta jump in here, then take a fall here, then another one, and you're in the Redwood Forest, a thing that exists just outside of San Francisco. That's a nice touch. The level itself is a killer. Bees in caves, a million rippers, up in the treetops on impossible bridges. There's a trap that's pretty mean when you go for the red key. Yeah, that's pretty dickish, but most of the time the explosion from the trap itself blows up the coolies. See, Wanton Destruction is a little bit rough, a little bit unfinished. It's more noticeable in the later maps. Once you get to the swamp area... Oh, hold on.
Warning.
Look at this cool inventive build engine stuff. I guess we're back to San Francisco now because we're in a trolley yard, and oh boy, this one starts rough. It doesn't get easier.
I am the Shadow Warrior. Master of Disaster. Master of Disaster. I kill you. So, doesn't that for Kung Fu fighting you chicken shit?
Hey look, it's Trolley 69. Trolley 69, I get it. Oh, 2 sumos again? Entering restaurant. Restaurant. That's not how that's spelled. Please go into the comments and tell me that that incorrect spelling is correct. A lot of the maps in Wanton Destruction lack that kind of punny nature that you'd get in the names of maps in these games. It's just like Chinatown, Monastery, Trolley Yard, Restaurant, Skyscraper, Airplane. Come on, I get it. It's unfinished even though it's completely playable. Anyway, this one's a nightmare too. Look at this bullshit. He wasn't hiding in there. The game teleports him in. God help me if I heard his idle sounds and expected him to be there. This map will break you. It repopulates this central area twice before it's over, while you're crawling through vents or sending grenades downstairs, and it's too cramped to nuke anything, not that I have one to spare after the last map. It's cool looking, it's very build engine. They know how bad the level's gonna hurt you, and they leave plenty of health around. My fondness for the grenade launcher that has a deceptively huge area of splash damage doesn't help. Skyscraper. Who likes platforming and Civvie for getting secret level exits because he's not as familiar with Wanton Destruction? Hell yeah, let's go! Look at this, this is adorable. Apartment 666. It's just like the apartment I started in, except spooky.
3, 2, 1. All systems ready. Warning.
I don't know, this room with the broken crane is cool. I'm getting a little tired of tight spaces of shadow ninjas or grenade ninjas or guardians or, sorry, Chinese mystics with guardian heads on sticks. And I'm here wondering, hey, why is Wang taking it off the stick and putting his fingers in it? That's gross. I forgot about the secret level and had to go back to play it later, and when I got there I realized why I'd forgotten it. The docks is probably the first sign that this whole thing wasn't finished. You could have removed it and nothing would be lost. The level plays like a series of bullet points and sometimes doesn't really make sense, like aside from the bare bones areas and the enemy placement. You spend this whole level looking for a repair kit to get this boat working so you can sail it over here to reach the silver key, which opens the silver key door that you need the boat to reach. So this whole thing here, getting the silver key, doesn't matter. It's not like you can rocket jump in this game. You're not getting up there without the boat. I know I may sound harsh, but it's only because I know that Sunstorm could do better. If you were tired of cramped spaces full of ninjas, here's Airplane. This is impressive from a technical standpoint. I mean, it looks really cool. It is kinda unpleasant to play. Hit scanning ninjas are manageable until you cover all the entries with curtains, cause lol, it's a realistic airplane, and then you're sitting here getting Swiss cheese, and somebody thought it'd be a good idea to put the blue key in the toilet, but you have to flush the toilet, which there's no switch to clue you in that you could do that, you just have to press use on the toilet. Good on Sunstorm for making this cool airplane level that hurts to play. I am on the hardest skill, you can tell cause there's 2 gremlins on the wing. You go outside the plane for the last key, and it's exactly as hard to get as it would be if you were actually doing that. But then the level gets cool again because you crash the plane.
Hey, who flying this thing anyway?
I hate this because it's making me choose between awesome build engine environmental stuff that rivals what the original developers made, but also suffering. The plane crashes into a military base, which is fine. It feels kind of bland most of the time, like it could have been a Duke 3D level they retextured and used for Shadow Warrior. It's not bad. It looks cool. It plays okay. I'm surprised at the level of detail in what could have been a more straightforward level, but the military base leads to train. Okay, train. Our second train station level of the night. Some of it's cool. And then there's this area at the beginning with these neon signs plastered on the walls and the floor, and it's like maybe they could have worked on this part a little more. But then there's this whole elaborate interior with a fish tank and stuff, and there's enough room to use explosives, and the need to use them because of how often they put elite ninjas up on ledges to shoot at you. Oh, here's Sailor Moon again.
You're good looking sailor, babe.
Maybe later, Mr. Wang.
Still weird. It is just one curveball after another until you finally get to another train, which is cool but cramped, which leads us to the auto factory. Are you seeing the problem here yet? Of course not, because it's so fucking dark! I haven't nuked anything in like 5 levels. I miss when I could turn the power on in certain levels, because this auto plant murders me, especially here. Seems like there's always one more ninja hiding in the darkness, so let's make him glow.
Warning.
Why? Why is he still alive? The snakes don't one-hit kill, so it doesn't really matter if you throw 2 of them at me. Hit points don't equal difficulty. Of course that was hard, Civvie. It's the penultimate level. It's supposed to be hard. Yeah, I know, but the last level's supposed to be hard too, and it's not. This is Skyline, not to be confused with Skyscraper, because we're back in China now, and it's not exactly the same level.
Lo Wang do super kung fu jump.
You have to fight a sumo and a snake mini-boss, again. Not like in the original Shadow Warrior where you had to fight the boss versions again. It's pretty easy. If you have the foresight to send grenades into unexplored rooms, which there's one where that doesn't work, and it's the one right before you get to Zilla. There's crates in front of the window. Who the fuck does that? You need to get the keys from both of these areas and kill his shadow ninjas, not the worst choice to protect your entrance, and then get past Zilla's most elite guard, his secretary.
You can't evade me forever.
Wow, Lo Wang didn't hit on her. That's progress.
You give good long hen? How about short hen? Not have much time.
You blew it.
Hila doesn't see anyone.
I like secretaries.
I don't know what that means.
You belong in a circular file.
Lo Wang love you long time.
Okay, that's pretty bad.
Hila doesn't see anyone.
Oh, really? I guess I'll just go then. You know, it's funny, this level's broken, and unless you play on the harder 2 skills, Zilla doesn't appear. He dies this time, I think. The ending cutscene says so, and also that Lo Wang goes back to San Francisco, but he's being followed by... I don't think this old woman has a name, but I guess she was the real threat this whole time.
Why does thinking about sex make me want to crap?
I don't know how to end this. I still can't play Deadly Kiss, and oh, maybe I'll do the Shadow Warrior reboots, but fuck it, Baby Wang. That'll get some eyeballs.
Who want some Wang? Ah, yes. I see you ready for action. I like that. Learn well, my son. It is natural to die. Mass destruction is my thing. Banzai! Hey, you. Yes, you. I am the Shadow Warrior. Let's fight. What are you waiting for? Eh? I'm talking to you. I am everybody's worst nightmare. Now, let's fight. Pathetic. You're not too smart. You're too stupid to duck. You blocking with your head again. What's the matter, you scaredy cat? Hey, come back here and finish fight. You can't evade me forever. Chicken bonk, 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 bonk. Slap your teeth out. You're no mess with Lo Wang.